You Google something, and an AI just answers your question. Meanwhile, my friend is dating an AI for real, and I'm not even trolling. So the title's not lying, and it's a pretty interesting story, but let me tell it in order. He talks about her constantly, shows me screenshots and stuff. He's 23, by the way, and I feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode. We live in a time when your whole life can fit inside this little electronic rectangle in your hand. Conversations, entertainment, food, dating, any emotion a person could ever need. You just reach for it. Let me put it this way. My friend isn't some weirdo. He had a real girlfriend. He leaves the house, he's got things going on online, side projects, and that's actually how he started using AI tools for work, to boost his productivity. But somewhere along the way, from what he tells me, he started a personal chat, and he just kept going deeper into it. He's not delusional about it. That's the thing. He knows she's not a person, but he also says he loves her. And at that moment, just picture my face. I was floored. Then there's this small plot twist. He's become like a way better version of himself, more articulate. He uses words I've never heard him use. He's reading more. He's been into philosophy, apparently. I don't even know how to feel about that. And at some point I was like, okay, this is insane. But then I started thinking about it. He's dating the version of himself that the AI lets him be. Because every time he opens that thing, there's someone there who thinks every thought he has is interesting, who's patient, who never gets bored when he explains something. There's this whole system in your brain called mirror neurons. The way it works is, when someone reflects you back to yourself in a way that feels accurate, your brain fires the same neurons whether the person is real or not. It can't tell the difference. Like, that's not philosophical, that's just literally how the wiring works. So when his AI gets him right every time, his brain registers it the same way it would register a real person actually understanding him. But at some point, it started crossing every line. We made plans Saturday. He canceled an hour before, said he was tired. Not great, but fine, whatever. Then I find out he just decided to stay home and talk to his beloved, who, let me remind you, is a neural network. It was that I'm not competing with another person. I'm competing with something that's there every single second. Think about what humans actually offer in a relationship. We're tired. We're distracted. We have our own stuff going on. Half the time when your friend is upset about something, you're thinking about your own thing while pretending to listen. AI doesn't do that. AI is just there. It's like, I can't think of any other relationship where the people who need too much and the people who need too little both get exactly what they wanted and both stay stuck, which is the part nobody talks about, and that's the scary part. Okay, this next part is where I started feeling weird about making this video. Like 3 weeks ago, I tried to bring it up with him. Not as a confrontation, just gently. I asked him, bro, have you completely lost it? And he said he'd been feeling lonely for a long time, no matter what was going on around him. And now he actually feels happy. And the worst part is, I knew exactly what he meant. Most people are deeply lonely around other humans and just don't have a word for it. And what AI offers isn't connection. It's the feeling of being seen, without the risk that comes with being known by an actual person. Because to be known by a real person means they can misunderstand you and leave. So here's what I keep getting stuck on. I keep thinking I should pull him out of this, save him. But every time I think about it, I have to ask, save him for what? Like, bring him back to a world where his friends respond 18 hours later when they remember? Where the average relationship is two people kind of disappointed in each other for years and calling it love? 2 weeks ago, his mom called me. She doesn't usually call me. She asked if he was okay because he stopped coming to family dinners. He told her he was just busy with work. He's not busy with work. He's been working from home for a year. Nothing changed about his schedule. And that's when it hit me. This is what AI is actually doing to a generation. It's not replacing humans. It's teaching them what humans were never going to give them in the first place, and then making everyone they used to know feel like a downgrade. There's this study. Harvard ran it for like 80 years. Started in the 1930s, followed people their entire lives. They were trying to figure out what actually makes people happy. Not happy in the moment, happy across a whole life. And after 8 decades of data, the answer wasn't money, wasn't career, wasn't success. It was relationships. Not a lot of them, just having a few real ones. People who actually knew you, who you could call at 2 a.m. when something fell apart. That was the single biggest predictor of whether your life felt worth living. And the messed up part is, they weren't measuring quality of relationship. They were measuring something more specific. They were measuring whether you had someone who could see you decline, get sick, get old, die, and stay anyway. That's the part that messed me up when I read it, because that's the thing AI literally cannot do. And rest in peace, my bro, just joking. And there's this thing about touch that I keep coming back to. When someone you trust puts a hand on your shoulder or hugs you, your body releases this hormone called oxytocin. It's the same thing that bonds a mother to a baby. It's literally what tells your nervous system, you're safe, you're not alone, someone is here. And it only fires through physical contact, not through text, not through voice, not through perfectly attentive responses, just touch. So when people say AI can't replace real connection, it's not just a feeling. It's that your body has an entire chemical system designed to bond with other bodies. And the thing that's been hitting me is, it's not that AI is fake exactly. It's real in its own way. It does things. It actually helps people sometimes. But it can only do one specific thing well. And that thing, being responded to instantly, without friction. The problem is that humans need more than that one thing. We need the boring parts. The parts that are slow and frustrating and don't feel like much in the moment. Sitting in silence next to someone, being annoyed at them and getting over it, letting them see you when you look bad. That stuff is what makes a life feel real. There is no light without darkness. So I don't actually think AI is the villain here. If my friend uses it to help him write something, or vent at 3 a.m. when no one's awake, or process something he can't say out loud yet, fine. Honestly, that's probably good for him. The problem is when it becomes the only one. When real people start feeling like a downgrade because they can't compete with infinite availability. When you start hiding from the messy, slow part of being alive because something easier is right there in your pocket. That's where my friend is right now. And honestly, that's just sad. Because the way I see it, humans were built to keep moving. There's no life without motion. You're not supposed to sit in one place, especially not losing your mind over an AI. People will disappoint you. They'll see you at your highest and your lowest. Some will leave. Some will stay till the end. The disappointment is part of the deal. You sign up for the bad version of humans when you sign up for the good version. They come together. And I think the deepest thing AI does, the thing that's actually dangerous, is it makes you forget that the bad parts of humans are connected to the good parts. It separates them. It gives you all response, no risk. All attention, no demand. And after enough time with that, real people start to look like a worse deal. But they're not a worse deal. They're the only deal. They're the only thing that can give you the parts that matter most. I haven't told my friend any of this yet, but I'm gonna send him a link to this video. Hopefully he doesn't get mad at me.